the sky. Are you falling in love? It is from the Creator. You can't get enough. He is everywhere, and He knows we stay. Yes, He knows. Yes, He knows. He knows. You've got the world in your hands. He's the one who we're thanking for life. He is a Rahman. Allah.
Spotlight with Urban Women.
Yes, it's time to put a very special lady on the spotlight. But every woman that comes on our spotlight is indeed special because they have so much of value to share with us. You know, we always say success leaves clues. So, urban women, let's listen. We can learn from everybody. I say even children teach us. Because remember, children are actually our emotional thermometers. So when they're acting out, it's also a reflection. What do I need to learn? What are they trying to teach me here? But we are connecting with Sister Zadia Mashaba. She is joining us live now. We are on Facebook Live and YouTube as well. Assalamu alaikum, Sister Zaida. Absolute pleasure to connect with you.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jazakallah so much for this amazing opportunity.
Barakallah. It's an absolute pleasure. Now, let's just say that Sister Zaida Mashaba is a dedicated professional with a passion for education and, subhanAllah, community development. And I think women are best at this because, women are basically where the society stems from, right? And she has a wealth of experience in education and administration. And Sister Zaida has made significant contributions in various roles. But I would like to let her share those roles with us and a little bit about herself. Sister Zaida, tell us a little bit more about you. I would love to hear it directly from you.
As you've mentioned, my name is Zaida, but those who don't me thoroughly, they call me Kuliselo. That's my Sepedi name, Kuliselo Exenia Zaida Mashaba. Currently residing in Joburg, in Cambridge. I started the journey in education in 2015, where I was working with my aunt at her daycare center, and it at first, honestly speaking, I didn't think I would love it because kids, and I'm a teenager going into adulthood, just ending my teenage years, and I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like it. But
Uh-huh.
Alhamdulillah, being around children and experiencing them in their full, scope, I learned to appreciate them. I got to see a different side of kids that I normally didn't get to see on a day-to-day basis. But being around them and seeing how they are developing and stuff like that made me fall in love with this type of career for me. And I can't see myself
Alhamdulillah.
doing anything else at the moment. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. So you're currently in school at the moment because we can hear the kids in the background.
Yes, I am. I'm in the office right now, but yes, they're playing outside. It's break at the moment. Yes.
Alhamdulillah, nothing better than the joys of listening to children. Just their laughter, just their sounds, I think, will light up anybody. And hence, our beloved Master Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam loved children. He was so kind to them. So, for those adults that get irritated with children, just can't handle children, children must be around. Remember the beautiful sunnah of our beloved Master Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So, I can understand then what inspired you to pursue this career in education and community development. What inspired you to go through with that, Sister Zaida?
In 2017, I got introduced to Siafunda, but I was just going in and out, nothing really. Then 2018, that's where I got involved with this amazing center here in Cambridge, Siafunda CCC, which was ran by our late boss, Uncle Ahmed Ismail. May Allah grant him Jannatul Firdaus in the highest place.
Ameen.
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 Um, he was such a great example of what a leader and a community member is. He went out of his way, like honestly speaking, he went out of his way. He put extra effort. He was just a supportive member of the community, and he wanted the community to thrive. So being around such a human being, such a person of example, inspires you. You also wanna, emulate that and see how you can be, of great help to your community and whatever you learn, share with the community as best you can. So for me, I think when it comes from a community level, I think he was the inspiration for me, and also I think even the kind of place that I grew up in there was lack of engagement for kids and stuff like that. After school they're playing, no extra learning for them. So that has always been a passion for me to say like, how do we help kids to stay off the street, but not take away their childhood memories, like playing and stuff. It's normal for kids to play, but
Yeah.
also enhancing their other skills. Learning other forms of skills out there are available for them.
So
So
important because kids are
that's
like
what got
trees,
me involved here.
Yeah, yeah, set them straight from young, and obviously they have that sense of direction. Put that stick to the tree,
Yes.
tie it up. Absolutely. Now, everything, Sister Zada, comes with challenges, and we love to find out some of the challenges of the women we have on our spotlight and also how they navigate through
Mm.
them. What would you say is one of the challenges that you faced, and how can you say you actually got through it?
I think like, being an educator, being a teacher, working with kids, you, I think if you're a mother, you, even if you have like multiple kids, maybe 3 or 4 kids or 2 kids, you are aware that your kids will never be the same. They experience the world differently, and how you show up for them also plays a huge role in that.
Network.
You get to meet kids who come from different walks of life, and they experience. They come here with their own different experiences. So not so long, like we had a kid who is on a spectrum, and I think the mother was not aware. And then like I work with kids who know these things, and we have amazing team of stars here. So we got talking and it was just a conversation to say, but don't we think that this kid needs extra help that we can't give him? Perhaps take him to a doctor, a pediatrician, someone who will speak to him, and there could be a problem there, but we don't. I'm not gonna diagnose, but I felt like he could be on a spectrum ADHD. Um, so Alhamdulillah, as a parent, we are scared as well. How do we approach these issues? Because you never know how the parent's gonna take it. So
Yeah, how
Alhamdulillah, the parents took it so well. Um, the parents took it so well and actually seek help and went further to get a doctor. And alhamdulillah, the child is now thriving, even though our school is not designed to cater for him. But I feel like in that way, we had a challenge, we found a way, and alhamdulillah, we had a very supportive parent. We're doing the best we can while we're waiting for him to get admitted in a proper school. Because we also don't want him to sit at home and do nothing. So the little that we do, alhamdulillah, we do see the difference. We do see the change in him, and he has grown a lot. And hopefully, if he get placed, when he gets placed in a proper school, he'll grow even more. He'll adjust even more, and that's
absolutely.
what we want for our kids.
Absolutely. Well, we can't hear you very clearly with the noise in the background. We are struggling a bit. But I want to ask you, how do you actually balance out or bring in discipline in the classroom and also maintain that positive learning etiquette or technique or essence in your classroom? What would you share with us?
Um, with kids, it's quite tricky, uh, and and we have to take into account that they are human beings just like us. They've got emotions, and they're not always going to be happy. They're going to have off days where they are not feeling too well, or this one doesn't want to play with me, so automatically that just puts their mood down. But in terms of discipline, we try and reinforce good behavior and compliment them when they do good things and they good deeds and stuff like that, and reinforce that. And our religion also, teaches us to give compliments where it's due. And kids love compliments. So we
Mm,
do that, but we also give punishment with love, meaning like you go to the corner and that, or we take away fun activities from them, and so that they know not to be naughty, but also we know there's no naughty child. They are being exploring, they are just exploring and adventurous, but then we also have to discipline in a loving and caring way without making a child feel out of place or anything like that.
I love that.
So we
That
do a
that
lot of reinforcements with love.
I love that. That is so important because it's also a sunnah. Our beloved Master Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, never tell your child you are naughty. And he says something to the effect that the act is naughty, the action is naughty, and
Mm,
explain that to the child. Otherwise, the child grows up with this belief system, I am naughty, and that's all they're going to be
yes,
confined to, that kind of barrier. And in my coaching, of course, we know that a lot of the stuff that we suffer through during our adult times actually comes because of
mm,
childhood development and experiences and whatever we've been through. So if you're
yes,
bringing me that emotion of love, I always say, in essence, this is something that we are all looking for. Even as adults, we're
yes.
looking for love, and children themselves. So it's so important. I love that strategy. I love the technique that you are using. What can you share with our listeners that probably want to get into the field of teaching and also community development like you? Any advice for our urban women listeners this morning?
Um, I just think, at the end of the day, you have to have self introspection because it's very challenging. You know, it's emotionally draining to some extent, but I can tell you the reward is far, far greater than any of these challenges you'll ever get. There's days where I'm frustrated when my kids don't know or they're not adapting to a lesson faster or quicker than I would have expected them to, right? And it's
Uh-huh.
frustrating to me, and I'm like, oh my god, like how can I help these kids? And if they're not getting that eats at you because you feel like you're not doing enough. Am I not doing what needs to be done, or what can I do? And that's not working, and you feel like you're failing your kids. But there is this joy that comes when your kids are thriving, and you start seeing them break out of their shell, and so for anybody that's coming into this, you have to have a lot of patience, have a lot of
So,
sabr, make a lot of du'as for your children. Every time you enter the classroom, ask Allah to make it fun and a pleasurable lesson for the kids, but also for them to be able to retain the information that is being taught. So you have to make a lot of du'as for them. And then, alhamdulillah, in our madrasa, in our school, we encourage the children to read dua for knowledge, and you should hear that they are, alhamdulillah, and it's something that we do. Even on Fridays, we have dhikr, and something that they take pride in. Just a reminder for them to seek knowledge, but also make dua for Allah to help them retain that knowledge. So I think
absolutely.
anybody coming into this, have a lot of patience, sabr, stay and sabr, and make a lot of duas for your kids. Like they come from different backgrounds, they have lots of different challenges, but also have passion for it. Have love for the children, develop love for the children, and see them as equals. Nobody's better than anyone, and that way, I feel like you get a fair opportunity to bring out the best in them because there is no favoritism. You do it with love, with the utmost respect, and I feel like when you're a teacher, you have to respect your learners, even if they're young little minds. You have to respect them, and I think in that way, when you respect your learners, they have confidence about themselves, because you don't treat them like, oh, they're just kids, they have nothing to say, they just have to listen to me. I think you have to build that relationship with them where they feel comfortable to share, and you can also share with them. It's a give and take relationship, and then, just you telling and telling and telling. So, you know, have
Precious
passion
little
for it.
souls. Absolutely. Precious souls, handle them with care. They have a
Yeah.
long journey, and definitely the way, and especially I think the way teachers treat the kids, it kind of sticks more than anybody else. Like I can't even remember if I have to jog my memory back to childhood and to my schooling experiences. If a teacher reprimanded you, it was huge. It will stick with you. You
Yeah.
kind of feel like,
Yeah.
I'm such a bad individual. And yet a little praise makes you feel so good. So it's all about the manner and how you deliver things. So be diplomatic with children. They are precious little gems. They don't know any better than you and I. So wonderful tips that were shared with us from Sister Zaida is
And
sabr to us.
I just wanted to add also, we also have to be, conscious of the fact that teachers are also, human beings, are parents,
Human.
and
Yeah.
come from a place of love. Anytime we do demand from a place of love, like you say, you have memories where your teachers, if they shout, you feel bad, but at the end of the day, here we are, because of
Yeah.
those strictness, because of that love. You can't always be the clown. You always have to some extent, you also have to bring in drill sergeants. You have to be the captain of the ship, and they have to know and they have to understand these differences. I always tell
Absolutely.
them there's time for playing, but there's also time for working, and you have to respect both equally. You know.
Absolutely. So balance the various roles that you have to play as the adults into their life. So they also know that I have to have respect as well as be able to be comfortable enough to speak to my teacher or the elder. It's been so wonderful chatting with you, Sister Zaida. We do wish you all the best in your future endeavors, inshallah. Continue to give up the strategy of teaching and sharing and disciplining with love. And we do wish you have a lovely day and also a blessed
Ameen.
week, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jazakallah so much.
Barakallah. That was Sister Zaida Mashaba, and she's a teacher that actually wears numerous hats, sharing with us how she actually brings in the discipline, how she got into teaching, and she's also involved in community development, all about passion and wanting to make a difference, which I think is part of being a Muslim, isn't it? Is that we must serve mankind. I love connecting with the various women that we can love with. That is why I really enjoy the Spotlight segment. Time for a break, but I'll be back. It's Razia Ranguage on Urban Women.
Shimmer, sparkle, captivate. Nothing less than a masterpiece. Droplets of gold inspires precious design. That's an impressive freshness. And every pure diamond becomes more than just a